Hope, charity, these things I must keep in mind as I wait for Jingles to honor me with his presence. Faith. In what? In myself, perhaps? Now, the fact that we're cousins won't stop me from turning you over to Captain MT whenever he returns. You sealed your fate by coming here on your own like this. I's do what's I's got to do, Jingles. You talk about fate. Yet do you even understand what fate is? I knows you, Jingles. I's known yous longer than anybody else. I's known the person you were. I sees the person yous is now. If yous ask me, and yous hasn't, yous was much better off in the past, with your family and friends. Just because somebody tells you something, that don't make it true. Some people out there, like MT, why, they has a way with words. A way which tells us what we's wants to hear. Remember that old saying, cousin? Believe half of what you see, nothing you hear, everything you say. I've cast my lot in with MT, and it's not something anyone does halfway. Either I finish what I started, or, as you said, I get cast out. My turn to walk the plank. This has gone too far. We can't allow anything or anyone to stop MT's plan now, even if only an accident, especially a fool like Lazar. Salt shakers, honestly. You're right, Jingles. This has gone too far. Ariel, send me to Earth. Waterford's main jam. Ariel, what? Bunsen, get back here this instant. Bunsen!
Hey, guard. What am I supposed to do in here all day long? There aren't even any salt and pepper shakers in here to play with. What do you expect people to do while you keep them waiting for a judge to finish his lunch? Just think, a perfectly good meal going to waste, without being destroyed by a loose salt shaker top. Oh, the humanity of it, the humanity of it! The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, cruel and unusual punishment.
Well. Lazar, I knew you'd wind up here one day. Going as yous was going, there was never any doubt in my mind that one day I'd find you behind bars. What have you got to say for yourself, Lazar?
Oh, hi, Bunsen. You wouldn't happen to have a salt shaker on you, would you? It's lunchtime here, and...
Never use mine, Lazar. I knows what you been up to lately, and I won't give you nothing. You's wasted time. You's had an opportunity to stop MT and Jingles, and all you's been doing is ruining people's lunches. I just can't believe how far you's fallen. In jail. What will your mother say when she finds out?
My mother? Oh, don't tell my mother, Bunsen, please. She'll spank me like there's no tomorrow. I hate spankings. It makes it so hard to sleep at night.
I could not care less, Lazar. I really couldn't. But I'll think about not telling your mother if you's help me. I's not got lots of time, so you need to make up your mind right now.
Anything, Bunsen, anything. Just don't tell her, please. I'll be grounded for a month if she found out I'd been in jail. As things stand now, I'll be released in a few hours. Don't send me from one jail to another. I can't stand being locked up in my room without any salt or pepper shakers to plan with or play with.
I see, Lazar. Do I's ever see? All right, but if you end up back in here again, I's gonna tell your mama on you. So you behave yourself when yous gets out of here. Now, I need to know where the giant mutant monster beast is. I know you know, Lazar. I have to know too, and right now.
The beast? Why would you want to find her? She's such a bore. She doesn't even like salt. What kind of creature doesn't like salt? I guess it's none of my business why you want to find her. The last time I saw her, she was in the Valley of Fire. 2 realities over and 1 down. Not a parallel reality. More like a side pocket in time, where some go when life gets too crazy. Nobody with high blood pressure is allowed to enter, so that keeps it a realm mostly of sedation, a really boring place. All people do there is sit around, stare at each other, and occasionally talk. It's totally a lame place, but the beast said the realm kept her coat nice and shiny.
The Valley of Fire. I've never heard of it before. It sounds like a reality much more in tune with my current state of being. I totally need to mellow out for a few.
All right, I told you where the beast is. Now remember to keep your side of the bargain, Bunsen. No telling my mom about any of this.
Never you worry, Lazar. Unlike some, I do keep my word. Since you've got a few hours to waste, Ariel, cue the main jail's display screen and send Lazar the shot, understanding your ideals. He needs a huge lesson on morality and honor before the cops release him. I doubt it will do much good, but it's worth a shot. Ariel, to the Valley of Fire.
You might say our ideals are like headlights. They light the way ahead. Without them, we are lost, unable to make decisions. With them, we have a good chance of success. We need clear, strong ideals. Let's consider popularity, the ideal of Jeffrey Moore.
If I only had a car like that, I'd really be popular. Everybody'd want to be friends with me then. What? I'd be the most popular guy at school. Nothing like a flashy car to make a big impression. How about that, Stu? I know one thing. June would sure look good driving with me in a car like that. June knows how to dress. Not the best-looking girl in town, but, well, everybody likes her. And going around with her is bound to make me popular, too. Oh, good old Mother and Dad. Now, if Dad keeps his promise about letting me have the car tonight... Oh, but he will. Dad never breaks a promise. Yes, sir? Folks you can be proud of. That's one sure thing you need to become popular, huh, Stu? I'll bet Ed Anderson's proud of his folks. Gee, I wish I had his popularity. If people would only crowd around me like that. Maybe if I kept his photo there and I tried to imitate him, well, then I'd be popular, too. The only difference between us is that, well, he's captain of the football team. Well, someday I'm going to be just as popular. Pretty snappy stuff. Well, so's mine. Let's see. Shirt right, tie right, and coat right. Well, you can't be popular unless you know how to dress. Boy, with this new sport coat in June, I'll be the hit of the class party. Well, Dad, I'm ready. How about the car keys?
Oh, Jeff, Grandma fell and hurt herself. Well, we'll have to go and stay with her a few days. Are you ready, Mother?
Here I am, ready to go.
Well, Dad, you promised that I could have the car.
I'm sorry, Jeff. This is an emergency. You'll just have to use the bus tonight.
It'll take a couple of hours to drive down. Dad won't be back in time.
Dad, you're not going back on the promise, are you?
Jeff, you can't have the car, and that's final.
Well, how can I take Julie out in the bus? What do my friends say?
I'm sorry, Jeff.
Don't stay out too late. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but you promised that. They just don't want me to be popular, that's all. How can you take a girl out without a car? You'd keep your word, wouldn't you, Stu? Oh, I'll never be popular, I guess. Well, there's only one thing to do.
Hello?
Hello, June. This is Jeff.
Oh, hi, Jeff. I'm almost ready.
Listen, June, we can't go tonight. I don't feel well. I'm sick, see? And it happened all of a sudden, and I've got to go to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. Of course we won't go if you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon. Goodbye.
If ideals are weak or poor or vague, difficulties become frustrations. Judgments are hard. The road ahead is lost. Too bad when it seems your parents let you down, interfere with an ideal. But what about an ideal like popularity?
Oh, well. But isn't the freshman having a night out? Stag. Hey, don't you guys ever have dates?
Maybe if we had fancy clothes like you, we could go out.
Yeah, that's a pretty sharp jacket he's wearing. You're right. The trouble with you guys is you don't know how to dress. If you wore the right clothes, you'd be popular, too.
You were popular?
You didn't know?
Tell me, if you're so popular, how come you're not at your class party tonight?
Tell us.
A new bow tie or something, huh? Oh,
That's
shame.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Oh, poor boy.
A quart of vanilla, please. You're quite ill, I see.
Now listen, June, I can explain about that.
With another lie, I suppose.
Well, I had to come down here to get some medicine.
What medicine?
Well,
I can't understand the way you're acting, Jeff.
all right, June, it was this way. I couldn't get the car for tonight, and, well, I didn't want to take you on the bus. What would people think?
Really, Jeff. We could perfectly well have gone on the bus. Lots of people did. You're not making yourself very popular.
Popular? Well, that's just it. How can you be popular without a car?
You don't know what the word popular means.
Sick? Now you really will be sick. She sure told you off.
Boy, you're washed up.
This is a pretty nice looking coat to be left on the stairs.
Clothes don't make you popular.
You didn't go to the party? I wanted to explain about breaking my promise. It was an emergency.
Cars don't make you popular either.
I see. You know, son, I've always looked on keeping promises as a sort of an ideal. But I've begun to realize that it isn't possible all the time. I figured you knew that sometimes even promises can't be kept.
Oh, what difference does it make?
It seemed to make a lot of difference.
Well, if you can't be popular with the right clothes and a car, how can you be popular?
If you can't keep your promises to your own son, can you be an honest man?
Dad, I'm all mixed up. What can I do now?
Jeff, I was mixed up tonight, too. When I was driving your mother, I kept thinking about you and about the promise you thought I would keep. I wondered how I could face you. I wondered what you would think of me. You see what happens when we have ideals that aren't clear and sound?
But why?
Well, Jeff, think about some other ideals. Some big ideals that all men share. What about freedom? Isn't that an ideal we can all agree on? But what does it mean? Are you free to rob or free to kill? No. We need a clearly defined ideal, such as freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion. Even these may need to be clearer, for ideals must be clear, and when they are, how much they can lead us to achieve. Men with clear ideals have looked at prairies and transformed them into great cities. Clear ideals have seen energy in rivers and put that energy to work. Only clear ideals could lift science from simple, crude experiments to the knowledge that serves mankind. And clear, compelling religious ideals have lifted men from primitive tribes to great, rich, full living. So you see, when ideals are sound and clear, they can help us to do some wonderful things. Even simple ideals, such as keeping promises or being popular, help us in the tremendously important business of getting along with other people. They help put things in the right perspective, and they serve as a challenge for us always to do better.
I think I see. About the car, it's okay. How's Grandma?
Grandmother's going to be all right.
Dad, don't worry about me. I'll work out my ideals.
Good night, Jeff.
You know something, Stu? I wanted to be popular. But I never asked myself what it means. No, I've got to be clear about it. I've got to figure it out. Just what do I mean by popularity? And why is Ed Anderson so popular? Let's see. I've never thought about it, but he doesn't wear fancy clothes. Maybe it's because he's captain of the team. No, it isn't that alone. And he hasn't got a car either. He uses the bus. No, it's something else that makes Ed popular. And Mom and Dad, why are they popular? Loyalty, sincerity, and good sportsmanship. Now I'm beginning to understand. To be popular, I've got to have ideals like honesty and good sportsmanship and sincerity and loyalty. Those are ideals that I've really got to work for. How about that, Stu, old boy? To be honest and sincere, I've got to write June an apology. It won't be easy, but, well, I know what to do now. She was right. I did know what popularity meant.
Jeff is on the right track now. He has found the road. Yes, the way out of our difficulties is easier to find if our ideals, like headlights, are strong and clear. They lead us to a rich, full, and happy life. Can you depend on your ideals for the road that lies ahead?
Bunsen, time runs short. So does your path. I return you to my presence, only to tell you that since you face both Jingles and Lazar, as well as the corruption they have taken into their hearts, you have transcended the goodness placed in you by Captain MT, and now have the inner nature you've always lacked in the past. A nature of peace, a nature of serenity, a nature of eternal hope and optimism. You had to witness the cruelty in your past, working in the present before such a nature could exist. Now that you have, You no longer need to rely on that which was forcibly given to you. You no longer need to worry about losing what was forcibly given to you. What you have now, you will always have, because it was created within your heart. You've trusted in me, implicitly. You've shown heartache at seeing Jingles so self-absorbed. You've seen the disgust within you at seeing your cousin behind bars. Your emotions are all in play, Bunsen Bear. You truly are a humane individual now. Your path, your destiny, your soul, lay before you and within you. Go on now to the beast, Bunsen Bear. You are ready to hear the truth.
Congratulations, Bunsen. Ariel must have approved of your development, or else she'd never have sent you to me. I am impressed, Bunsen Bear. Starting from where you did, making it this far, shows a determination, a level of compassion I never thought you'd attain. You deserve high praise indeed.
I just don't mean to be rude, but things is really getting bad in Waterford. I'd like to hear praise, but I've got to get back and stop MT before things get totally out of hand. Before time has passed me by and I'm too late to help anyone. How do I defeat Captain MT once and for all?
I understand your impatience, Bunsen. Your desire to get back to Waterford. Save your friends from themselves. I understand your desire to see the good-natured citizens of Waterford return to the decent, hard-working people they once were. I understand the importance of defeating Captain MT. Let not your mind worry or your heart be troubled, for the Valley of Fire is a realm that exists outside of what you know as time. Time has no meaning here. There are no yesterdays, there are no tomorrows, there is only the ever-present now. You, Bunsen Bear, have all the time in the world. You will use that time before facing Captain MT. If you do not take advantage of this situation, you will be ill-prepared to face him, unable to defeat him. Now, it is not wisdom that you need, as defeating MT will prove much simpler than you think possible. However, MT's plans for Waterford are but one part of a much larger plan. If you are able to survive your battle with MT, you must know what MT has in store for you. This will be a true test of character. If you can survive this, both mentally and physically, you will not only defeat MT, but restore Waterford to what it was before. If you cannot stand against MT's personal revenge upon you, MT will still be defeated, but Waterford, Lazar, Jingles, everyone will forever remain just as they are now. Are you ready to learn the painful truth of the reality you find yourself in? Are you ready to face your fate, Bunsen Bear?
As ready as one can ever be, I suppose. I know what you have to tell me will be difficult to hear. Many have told me so. I will face this truth with all that I have been given, all I have learned, all I have developed. If I'm not ready now, I never will be.
Very well, Bunsen Bear. Captain MT's personal revenge against you centers around one fact, one alone. This plan has been in action for a long time, far longer than you've ever contemplated. You may not see it now, but long ago, before evil had twisted MT's mind, as well as his looks, Captain MT looked much different. Before genetic experimentation had twisted his mind, his muscles, his brain, MT looked very much like a sea goose.
Nah, it can't be.
Yes, it can. Captain MT exists because you created him, Bunsen. He came from your plot to create sea turkeys for Thanksgiving dinner. The tides have turned, and now it is MT who wants to serve you on a cold platter to fate. You created him, Bunsen Bear. Now it's MT's mission in life to destroy you. His agent of destruction is among your friends now, and has been for some time.
Who? Who is the agent of destruction? Who is it? Who?
The one person in all of existence who alone holds the power to destroy you. MT knows your weakness, Bunsen. This weakness will be used against you. If you cannot bear the weight about to be placed upon your shoulders, all is lost, and Captain MT has already won.